Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be discussing theory and practice of public administration. Public administration justifying itself to the larger community. First, French magistrate Alexander Tocqueville, 1831, the study of the American penal system. He wrote The Democracy in America in 1835 and 1840. He also emphasized on the inner workings of American democracy and its viability of its system of government. In 1831, Alexis de Tocqueville, a young French aristocrat visiting the United States, saw a new phenomenon in America, in democracy in America. The book that emerged from his experience, he described it with a word he coined as individualism. He was struck by Americans' individualism because of the contrast to Europe, where our fathers only knew about egoism. Second, Jacksonian democracy. President Andrew Jackson democratization of jobs in the civil service open to all segments of society. Public employment was awarded to citizens on the basis of their political loyalties. In 1881, Charles Gatto failed to secure an appointment for a consulship in Paris and assassinated President James Garfield. Emergence of the progressive movement. The progressive movement led to the professionalization of the civil service with the passage of the Pendleton Act of 1882, the institution of the merit system in the civil service. Woodrow Wilson, 1887. In his famous essay, The Study of Administration, the Separation of Politics from the Administration and Developing a Science of Administrative Practices, Politics, Administration, Dichotomy. What is public administration? Various authors and scholars contributed to the definition of discipline in the following manner and context. Dwight Waldo, 1955. He says public administration is an organization and management of men and materials to achieve the purposes of government. He further said that public administration is the art and science of the management as applied to the affairs of the state. Gerald Hayden, 1971. He says public administration is cooperative group effort in public settings. He says it covers all three branches, legislative, judicial, and executive. It has an important role in formulating public policy and it's also the political process. It has been influenced in recent years by the human relations approach. Brian Fry, 1989. It is a policy making, but it is not autonomous. It is one of a number of basic political processes by which the people achieves in control governance. David H. Rosenblum, 1989. It is the action part of government. It is the field mainly concerned with the means of implementing political values. It can best be identified with the executive branch. Raul P. de Guzman, 1993. It is the process and consistent of implementing public policies and programs. It is cooperative human action whether within the public bureaucracy, the private sector, or NGOs aimed at delivering services to people. Identity crisis and issue of acceptance. According to Danilo Reyes, the study of public administration in perspective, he says public administration has experienced constant, almost periodic episodes of re-examination in the course of its struggle for academic acceptance. Public administration focuses on process, public policymaking, fiscal administration, organization and management, public personnel and administration, local government and administration, spatial information and management. Leonard White, 1926. In his writing Introduction to Public Administration, acknowledged the politics administration dichotomy. Application of sciences process to the administrative process, 1930. Luther Gulick and Leib Dahl Erwitt. Possesses planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. William Wilby, The introduction to the study of modern states in 1919, the organization of administrative branch of government in 1925, the principles of administration in 1927, scientific principles, Frederick Taylor lost wastage and inefficiency at the shop room level. It was increased predictive values to account for the fluid nature of the administrative phenomena. Public administration is political science. It focuses on the political process, PA as an electric field, public choice model, adoption of economic theory, sociology, bureaucracy contains these functions. Last, psychologists began to offer new perspectives. New public administrations in 1968 Minno Conference at the Syracuse University Public Administration, attention to policy issues and concerns of policy analysis. Scientific Revolution, Thomas Kant, The Scientific Revolution, 1962, the notion of paradigms as an exact model or pattern of approaching and explaining phenomena shared by the community of scholars. It made the discipline self-conscious integration of thoughts accumulated in the order of paradigms. Paradigms of public administration by Nicholas Sani. The development of each phase may be characterized by locus or focus. Locus is the institutional where of the field, example, the bureaucracy. Focus is the specialized what of the field, example, principles of administration. Paradigm number 1. The politics administration dichotomy 1900s to 1926. God no politics has to do with policies or expansions of the will, while administration has to do with the execution of these policies. Lucas. Public administration should center in the government bureaucracy. PA was a significant clear field political science. Analytical territory between PA and PS emphasizes organizational theory, budgeting, and personnel. Paradigm number 2. The principles of administration in 1927 to 1937 Willoughby claimed that the certain principles of the PA are there that they could be discovered and that administrator would be expert in their work if they learn how to apply these principles. Simon 1947, administrative behavior that for every principle of administration advocate in literature there was encounter principle then rendering the very idiom. Lyndon Caldwell, a call for the intellectualized understanding of the executive branch rather than knowledgeable action on the part of public administrators. Paradigm number 3. Paradigm number 4. Paradigm number 5. And public administration is a rearing away from political science. PA must borrow and redefine in its terms the concept with the methodologies and bureaucratic focus in administrative science. This can be achieved only in the institutionally autonomous academic units free from the intellectual baggage of political